gentleman.
Right, I'm doing another video today. Tom Poker. I'm doing, as the title says, the ChromeStar weekly free roll. I have not done one of these before, so I have no idea how long this video is going to be or what's going to happen, but as you can see by the situation here, 19,000 people in it already, fairly decent structure, and I like my free roll game, and it's $1,000 up top, so let's just go as deep as we can and have fun. Still figuring out my recording settings. Seems to be working okay now. I'm going to start streaming some tournaments and stuff next month when I can afford to put some money on my account on PokerStars, because I currently don't have any. But so far this year I've cashed, so far in this challenge I've cashed for $207.86. Still suffering technical difficulties. Think we're working now. Yes. Right, nothing's broken, so we'll kick off shortly, and then let's see how long it lasts. I've got my Javaro set up, so I can use that as the as my HUD, which is absolutely epic. Couldn't recommend it more. And well, I'm lost. Right, we're starting very soon. There we go. And there we go. Let's make sure all fits in, as she said. Right, there we go. So, let's see how far we can go. Yeah, I started my $10,000 year challenge at the end of November, so not quite a way to go yet, but I've not been playing that many tournaments, so hopefully I can get a good run going and get notch some cashes, as you say. Jack's first hand. Right, let's have a look at this. Usually 3x that, but it's a free roll, 4x it, maybe even 5. Yep, figured as much. I'm going to try avoid flips unless I've got them covered by a substantial amount, if you get me. So I want to try and keep the low variance plays. Sorry, because I feel like I can wait out better spots than most people, or some people. Most of the field I meant, but yeah. a lot of folding for early on, but surprised there's that much up top for a free roll. Really, it's quite impressive, isn't it? Oh, I've just realised I'm playing on full tilt as well. I'm playing a little free roll on that in the corner. Which is a free roll satellites for a free roll, and I'm 150 places off winning a seat. So it's not too shabby. This is obviously the main focus here. So I need to get out of line too early on. Four dudes in a big blind. It's the casual. Is that 22 big blind raise? As you do. I can't maths, it's too early. My plan going forward is to play cash and $16.50 turbo tournaments because I've had some track record with those in the past. I've secured the biggest cash I've ever had playing those, so it only makes sense. I'm going to fold this. 2 play left to act and been very active. 80% BPIP, so as you can see there's 5,000 out there, 18,000. I forgot how long the late reg is actually. This is late reg. Oh, 5 minutes. That's not too bad. Wow. Didn't think it'd last too much longer. Currently 4,000 off cashing. They usually start off quite slow these, but we're going shortly. I'll have a look at some poker tracker stuff whilst we're here. So look what my current graph looks like for the cash that I've been playing. If it'll let me do it. Yeah. Let's quickly show this. That's my graph. So over 3,500 hands, I'm down $1 playing a couple of tables of 5NL Zoom, but it's a really small sample size, and there's another graph showing what times a day I was playing, and basically I lost all profit playing too early on in an evening where I wasn't in the zone, so I've got that to work on obviously when I next deposit. Ace 9's good for a raise here I think, and no one nukes it in now. Yep, that's 3x in a bit. I don't know what to do if someone shoves, I'll probably pass. So I've got too much behind. Yeah, let's take the blinds. And ace king suited will also definitely be a raise. I'm going to make this one bigger, I'm going to make it 100. And as much as I said I don't want to get in flips early on, if he rips it I'm calling. And this could be a very short video. He's thinking about something. And he calls and I've got top pair. Now what he does here is going to be crucial. He checks to me, so I'm betting. I'm not giving him a free card. Don't bluff in free rolls, it just doesn't work, but bet your hands. Literally just pop them. I feel like I'm going to be miles ahead of his range here. I'm flatting for the big blind, so yeah. It's not so much about keeping him hooks and going for value, because it's not worth it in free rolls. I don't think anyway, from my experience. In my other tournament here, on Pole Tilt, I've got 306 left, 305 left, and 200 get a seat. Free roll it's on tomorrow, so and I've got 18 big blinds, so doing okay in that. Queen 8s. The Javaro hood looks so good. He's limped under the gun. Okay, that's a good flop for me. I'm going to bet it. When I said bluff before, like don't bluff in free rolls, I meant light entirely don't bluff. You can semi-bluff your hands, but I'm going to check back here. See what he does. Got straight on flush draws, so I'm happy to call 60. And get there on a straight, so I'm losing to ace queen or a full house or a flat flush, so happy to call pot size bet on the river here, most likely shop. Or he could just bet 60, which is always confusing because I don't know what to do, whether I raise or... Likely to flop to flush, he might have a king or a 10. He's not going to have ace queens. If I shove here, he might call me with a king or a 10, maybe a jack. King 9, there we go. So, with free rolls, they very rarely give up a hand if they're connected, so. If you can correctly put them on a range, it gives you so much of an advantage. I like 9-4, prefer it offsuit though, because I'm a degenerate. Full call. Check it down, I'm not going to stab at this pot, there's no need, it's only 90 in there. I want to see what they're checking back. A 10. Okay. There's a lot of limping involved. I try not to do it too much, but it's obviously tempting here. Suited queen on the button. If you don't flop anything, you can just fold to a bet. Do 6 into the table, which is flopped nothing. I'm going to fold. Fold. What's going on here? Why is it taking so long? Yeah, take it out. Probably going to shove small to big blind in this other free roll I'm playing on full tilt, despite us getting close to the 84 off. I could probably just blind out and get a seat. I think I might actually do that. It's safer than shoving it small to big because I've no idea what its calling range is. It's only got 10 blinds, so I'll give that a miss. I think with a6 here, probably just going to flat and then fold to a shove. Big blind set out, I'm going to come with a raise here. And called in one spot and both spots. Backdoor flush and straight draws, but I've got nothing at the minute. I'm going to check. Peel one. Obviously going to stick around now for another. Right, I'm going to bet here. I'm going to bet 180. Get snapped, and I've got nothing. Absolutely snapped in there, and now it's bet 90, which is like 1/8 pot. I don't know what he would do that with. Maybe something he had on the flop. Obviously not very good at betting for value. I'm going to fold because I don't think I'm beating his bluffs. Or is it worth paying 90 just to see what he's doing that with? He's been quite active. Yeah, I'm going to pay him off here with King Guy just to see what he's doing that with. He'll give me a good price. 6-8. So just an 8. Right, fair enough. So he's min bet the river with pretty much middle pair. Good to know. Late reg is finished. There you go, going. So no more new regs, so that number's going to start dropping now. My phone needs to stop doing that. So we're currently, as that says there, 11,300 off the min cash of 50 cents, which is not bad. I'll play a sit and go with that later if I cash. That number is just going to keep dropping now steadily for the next however long. 35% VPIP is quite active for me, but it's a free roll, so a reason not to, I suppose. Not the best of runouts for that hand if I'd have taken it to the flop. Fold that. Right. Oh, where are we about on this full tilt one then? So now, tournament info, 135 of 270. Just need to evade, wait out 70 more people, and then we've got a seat in tomorrow's free roll, which is obviously less lucrative than this one, but a free roll is a free roll. Otherwise, I'm not playing. 207 dollars for quite a way to go to 10,000. It's the problem with bankroll management. I need to maintain a bankroll, otherwise I can't play. You can't cash if you're not playing. So I need to get better at playing cash, so I can recoup losses from buy-ins in the tournaments that I'm playing, which is doable. Right, blinds 20-40. 60 big blinds, it's quite healthy. Now only 10,460 off a mini cash. Chip leader's got 13,000. Nice. I've no reason to play a hand in this free roll, but I've just limped with 8s for the shits and giggles, and I'll let you know what happens. Oh, and I flopped a set. I flopped a set on an 8 high board, pretty much the best case scenario. Obviously I'm not checking, so I'm just gonna go in 2 people. I'm just gonna bet 1,000. Probably just take it down here, but please find a loose limp. Oh, right, well, let's move full tilt out of the way because it's less important. Yeah, I just took that down, and I'm gonna call the raise here as well. I'm not gonna re-raise him. And now I've got top pair. Not a very good kicker though. So he's min raised pre and min bet the flop. Obviously I've got top pair, so I'm not folding, so I'm just going to flat here and take another card. He called fairly quickly too. Draw heavy board, draw heavy flop. I'm going to re-raise here, but small, just so I can try and take a lead in the hand and see what he does. Right, I thought he'd fold quite quickly. I get a call from him straight away, so spades has got there. If you beat me with free flop, then I'm already behind, and he's just going to check muck. Nice. Right, what hand did you have then? Did you just min raise? Ace queen. Alright, so he was drawing. Figured he was drawing. Calling here, definitely. I would 3-bet, but keep the pot small because I've only got ace 9. My phone keep doing that. Turn that off. I've got backdoor diamonds. I've got a 9, so I'm going to raise him here and then put him in the turn if he just flats. If he rips it in with a 10, then good for you. Yeah, oh well. Oh, he's got kings. Slow play. Nice hand. Right, well, that didn't work. So happens you don't really concentrate, but it's fine, we're still healthy. Raise my 9s up on the button. I get to shove. Ah, that's not nice. And a call, right. So basically my tournament, if I call, are they shoving better than 9s? I think best case scenario I'm flipping against both, aren't I really? Unless they both got pocket pairs that are smaller than mine. The structure's good, and like I said before, I'd rather wait to a better situation than this. Probably going to have at least one of them crushed, but against 2 of them, only 30% to call. If one's got an overpair and one's got overs, then don't know if I've got 30%, so I'm going to pass here, wait for a better spot. Ace 10 and queens. Right, okay. So I was miles behind, and ace 10 wins. Maybe not. Ew. No, queens was the best hand pre, so I like that. Again, move it over here, so I have to record it. Move. No, not you. Oh, what's going on? It's all going wrong. Right. There we go. Right, so in 1 minute blind's going to be 25.50, which will give me 30 odd big blinds, which is still a good amount. There's a lot of people in this tournament. Yeah, you can change what stats you're looking at here with the Jabara. You can just display flop stats. Changes it to like c-bet in the flop 50%, fold to c-bet 0%, and obviously turn and river as well. So, and it's just aesthetically pleasing to look at as well. So, do enjoy that. Oh, that's grim. Nasty. I'll start being more active, I think. With free rolls, you start to run away with you otherwise. Also in other tournaments as well, like if you just fold your way out of free rolls and it's not really not good at all. It's free, so you got to take shots. But I like to. I don't know. I don't like taking shots where it could easily have been avoided. You know what I mean? So like needless flips, etc. Take risks, but calculated ones. Right, so I've got 35 big blinds. I'm going to fold 9-7 there. That's not very good. What are you doing here? Right, so I've effectively got a seat now for this tournament. Looking at the info, there's 214 people left and 200 get a seat. I'm 113th, so I'm going to fold every hand, even if I get aces or kings, etc. Fold. Because the aim is just to get a seat, not to win loads of hands. So I've got below average now in chips. Average is about 50. 50 big blinds, that is. Right, 7-6 in a big blind. If it was suited, I'd be very tempted and probably would call, but now I'm only getting 22%. And offsuit, and then I'll be out of position to the big stacks, I'm going to fold. But I probably would have called there if I was suited. Try and outplay and post flop or something. limp with queen deuce. I'd say I like limp and then calling a raise, but I meant to about 4 big blinds and not above. Parsing in 48%, but if there's any other suited queen like queen 9 upwards, I'd call, but no thank you. Pocket tens, here we go. He's limped. Last time I played, I got limp shoved on by aces, so I'm just going to flat this here, I'm not going to re-raise it. Because I've got him to act behind as well, and he might come over the top. But with its 30 big blinds, I'll be happy to get it in here. I'll take a free card. Check to me. Don't think I'd check a king on that board. Right, let's work this out in a minute. Checks flop and then bets over the pot on the turn. Already 3-bet pre-flop. Like to think he probably had jacks or better. Possibly jacks or queens, hence him checking the flop. I'm just going to time out this one and fold. I don't like guessing, because usually when I guess I'm wrong. I go with the wrong decision, i.e. fold when I should have called and vice versa, so did underrep my hand by just flatting pre-flop and there's only one overcard, but the way he played that and then overpotted it on the flop, oh wow. On the turn even, I feel like he had something. Ace 10. Both blinds are sat out, so I will come in with a raise should it go to me. Just going to call this, I'm going to have position on him, and if he folds then it's just the two of us in the pot. 4-8-7, he checks. I check behind, pot control, I'll probably still got the best hand. Just going to call here, I'm not decided what I'm going to do yet. I think he's got some weird 2-pair. He's going to call. That's what I feel like he's got. Ha, Wales. But if I raise, what can he call me with? He's not calling me with anything that I beat. So it's best just to call that. And by flatting, I'm keeping his bluffs in his range as well, Anna, so he's supposed to show up with a bluff there sometimes, but don't know how often. Seven, 6. It's a pass. Ow. Numbers are flying down, only 6,000 off them in cash. 6,500. I need to get some momentum going at some point soon though. Because the blinds go up again in. Oh, they've just gone up to 30-60, so. My other table is just finished, and congratulations, you came first. So I'm currently in the free roll for tomorrow. Right, I'm going to raise this up, King Jack suited under the gun, to 1-2-5. king. I'm going to continuation bet here for 3/4 pot. And call a short, am I? I think so. That was not as low as I expected. I've seen 37 hands with him and he's got a VP of 16. I'm not going to have time to make a decision. I think I'm going to fold here, but I think I'm wrong. King Jack, set of 4s. Wow. Wow. Okay, good fold then, I guess. That was a complete change of what I thought happened then. I don't know why he would just put us both in with King Jack though. That's what confused me. I figured he might have had 2 pair or something, like top 2. Nice hand for 4s though. I would have ripped in King 5 suited or higher to try and take his raise, but I think he's calling off if yeah. Alright, it's getting quite low now. Need to make something happen soon. I don't fancy bleeding out and trying to just win 50 cents, so might get a call here. Might also shove. Right. I'm getting 49% here. Pot odds. So do I think I'm flipping? I've got no time bank to make these decisions. No. Probably should have called, but if he's got one of my cards dominated, then I'm behind. And I could just get dealt aces next hand, so. I think to get max value here, I'm just going to min raise again and hope one of them puts it in again. Because there's only really 2 people to back behind me, so it's just called Jack 3. Backdoor hearts. I would have flat this and then just to keep his bluffs in range, I'll just turn a set, as you do. I'm now losing to 2-4, so I'm unlikely to he's got that. I'm going to bet. No, I'm not. I'm going to shove. I'm just going to shove. Might get called by Jack. No, maybe not. Diamond Blast. Oh, it's a nice hand. I was going to min raise it, but he's limped. I'm still going to min raise it. It gives him such good price to call, like, but I just don't want to keep limping. And I feel like you'll get more out of line if there's loads of limpers. The best of flops for me. Don't really have any fold equity either. I'm trying to raise over this guy if he bets. I can make a 10. But he's raised 180 before. I think he's probably not got an ace, but he's got me beat. With him betting into 2 players, he's got me beat definitely. So probably got a weak ace, and the other guy's going to fold. He's played that very strange. Oh, set of 9s. He played that one more strangely. Okay, that's very weird. 155, quite nine suited. And given the pot odds I'm going to get if someone shoves, I'm going to have to call here. I shouldn't have too bad equity against them. He's just called. Right, I'm getting 42%. I'm going to call here, and I'm going to call here. What did he shove with last time? King Jack, wasn't it? I'm going to call here. He might have been dominated, but talking himself into a call here. He's got aces, and I've flopped a flush draw. I've hit a 9, and I've missed. Damn. Yeah, I think I talked myself into that one, but you have to make a move at some point. I was getting about 49%, so it made sense. Oh well. It's really hard to navigate massive fields, I suppose. And if I'd have stayed in and won that flip, it's still likely that I'll only just min cash because there's that many people. So it's a fun tournament to play, but I need to deposit again and start playing these 1650s if I'm to make some real money and make a dent into this challenge that I've set myself. So that'll do it for this one, I guess. Cheers for watching.